I am a Vites, Serbian knight. I will tell you about my chivalrous life path, how I became the ultimate warrior. Vites is a Serbian word that etymologically has its root in the verb, viti, which referred to the game in the circle. That's why it's called Vito Kolo, or skillful circle play, when playing superbly. So viti, Vito, Vita, Vidlo is one who dances, twists, wraps around something, which indicates a verb that can refer figuratively to someone who is clever, skilled with a sword, or in general martial arts. To be a knight or a member of the order of chivalry, I had to be of noble birth, chosen from the aristocratic ranks and the village lords. Ever since my childhood, from the age of 6 to 16, I was subjected to long and hard training. First, I was sent to a monastery, where from the age of 6 the monks taught me theology. I would then attend a knight's school where I would first become a page or personal servant of the master. It is the initial stage in the military education of a young nobleman on his way to becoming a knight. Then I became a shield-bearer, squire. I served the master in the estate, the tournament, and in the battles. There were 2 steps to knighthood that I had to go through. The first is acceptance into the order through the initiation of knight's baptism. It is a rite of bathing or water baptism. It was a symbol of spiritual purity. Thus, as a knight without war experience, he would become a baptized knight. The second degree was receiving the status of a real knight, but after the battle, as a reward for feats and bravery. I became a Knight of the Cross, or sword, by the rite of complete knighthood. How was the ceremony? First I would put on a white robe, which is a symbol of purity. Then, red, a symbol of the blood that will be shed. And finally black, as a symbol of my death, for which I must always be spiritually prepared. Then I would fast, attend the night vigil in the church, pray and receive communion. Then, wearing a belt with a sword around my neck, I would approach the altar. The priest would take off the sword, bless it and return it. Then I would kneel before the Tsar from whom I requested knighthood. The emperor would ask me, "What is the reason for your desire to enter the knightly order? If you want to live comfortably and in glory, without doing anything for the glory of knighthood, you are unworthy." After a wise answer, I would be dressed in knightly gear, a shirt of braided wire, breastplate, handguards and gauntlets of metal tin knuckles, a sword and spurs. The emperor would stand up and with the blunt side of his sword would strike me 3 times on the cheek, which symbolized receiving Christ's insults and turning the other cheek without seeking revenge. With that, the emperor would test whether I have an impetuous temper, which would disqualify me as unworthy of knighthood. The emperor would then say to me, "In the name of God, Saint Michael and Saint George, I knight you." Then I would get a spear, a helmet with a red dragon, a red cloak and a horse. The proclamation ceremony usually took place outdoors on a carpet to the sound of many trumpets. The highlight of the ceremony was the father's blow. My father, the Knight Duke, would admonish me with a strong blow with his open fist. "Be fair, son. Be a true knight, brave and courageous before the enemy." I answered my father, "And I will be such a father, so God helped me." Then I would go to the church and lay my sword on the altar. It was a sign of my devotion to the Holy Church. There, I would once again receive Christ's fair admonition. Whoever uses the sword will perish by it. I am a knight, a horseman with a sword, inseparable from the horse and the sword, which have divine properties. The sword symbolizes my I, secret and dormant in the depths of my soul. The one that can light up the world like lightning at any moment. My sword is my cross and lightning, a symbol of the holy war, which I wage against the evil in me and the evil that is in the world. If you ever look at the starry sky, you will see a sword in the sky set in the North Star. As a cross of light, it is in the heart of the world, and on it are the blazing stars of the Dragon constellation. That is why I am a knight of the Order of the Red Dragon. My battle cry is, for Christ the Lord, for the Tsar and golden freedom. Amen.